Adolescence, Reading and Motivation is presented by Catherine Potter. This culminating project is for LSC 531, Information Competencies for Youth, taught by Professor Renee Hobbs at University of Rhode Island in the spring of 2015. This Ignite presentation and paper takes an in-depth look into motivational factors and how they relate to reading for young adolescents. Inspiration was provided by reading Book Love by Penny Kittle, detailing her experience with non-readers in her high school English language arts classes. Motivation is often used in simplistic terms to explain whether or not a person wants to engage in a given activity. When considering the motivation of young adolescents and reading, there are many factors that need to be considered when delving into their motivation to read. Availability of books. Every year, there are more books published than movies and video games produced. The success of the publishing industry provides a plethora of choices for young adolescents to choose from. The volume of available books makes reading choices harder to make. Young adolescents are still influenced by parents, teachers, and other trusted adults when making choices. Another factor is the increased influence of peer groups and friends in decision-making. As the book-devouring age ends, children aged 11 to 12 years old are beginning to experience changes that transition them into adults. These changes are physical, psychological, and emotional in nature and have an effect on reading. But there are also gaps between girls and boys who are readers. Girls who read are more likely to be reading and sharing books with each other and reading more on a weekly basis than boys of the same age. As they become teens, these gaps widen and can result in the types of reading behavior observed by Penny Kittle. Having become aware of their own abilities, young adolescents often become disengaged with reading and are labeled as struggling readers. Long before the teen years, the foundation for a lifetime love of reading needs to be formed in the preschool and early elementary school years. Time spent reading, visiting libraries, and exposure to reading in multiple formats is instrumental in forming the reading habit. This creates intrinsically motivated reading, reading for the sheer pleasure of reading without expecting to be rewarded. Young adolescents are then more likely to agree that reading is an activity they enjoy, which strengthens the reading cycle. A positive relationship can be observed in the reading cycle when the more students read, the better readers they become, which increases their vocabulary and reading ability, leading to more reading. Readers have the power to change reading positions and experience positive reading cycles. Reader, interests and personal reading histories need to be taken into consideration. No two readers experience reading in the same way, but with better understanding, they can be given the tools to choose their own reading path. Important considerations also include socioeconomic factors such as availability of books and technology outside of school and the reading culture in their home life. Accommodations can be made during school hours to negate some of these factors. Currently, the reading of novels is considered real reading, but other forms and formats are challenging what counts as reading. Formats like short stories and magazines may meet the needs of readers who lack the ability to delay satisfaction. In addition, capitalizing on the more fluid and multisensory aspects of digital reading, ebooks may capture the interests of young adolescents drawn toward technology. A longitudinal study shows that new media has no negative impact on reading. Connecting readers and books to current culture and media can serve as a bridge to reading by capitalizing on topic interest, thus providing common ground between pleasurable non-reading and reading activities to help create a sustained interest in reading. In understanding personal attitudes toward format and the different purposes for reading, young adolescents should be encouraged to expand their reading. This also provides opportunities to more closely match reading material with a reader. The benefits of assisting young adolescents in becoming readers extend beyond the English language arts classroom and overall language and literacy development. Reading stimulates the imagination, provides powerful insights, and enhances emotional intelligence and communication on an individual level. Creating communities of readers on a variety of scales, a culture of reading, and a non-gender view towards pleasure reading has the potential to create a society of readers and narrow the gap between non-readers and readers. Thank you.